Hey drummers, I'm Brad Schlueter, drum teacher and a writer at Drum Magazine. I recently did a video called Learn to Play an Insane Bossa Nova, where I took a non-traditional polymetric approach to playing a bossa. All that means is that rather than playing the traditional 16th note hi-hat pattern or brush pattern on the snare, what I did was I created a 3-note shuffle pattern that went 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on the hi-hat on top of the traditional Bossa Nova foot and rim click pattern. Now that rim click pattern goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now we're going to go further down that coordinational wormhole today and sort of link up our right hand with our left foot and our left hand with our right foot to make this a little bit trickier. Now the reason isn't just to make things tricky and complicated, it's to create a more interesting and subtly evolving, perpetually changing, if you will, Bossa Nova pattern that traditionalists will certainly consider butchering a bossa. So let me demonstrate how I'm going to open and close the hi-hat. First I'll just play the hi-hat part, then I'll demonstrate where I'm closing the hi-hat, which is going to be in the spaces between all the notes. Next I'm going to play the bass drum and the right hand part together. Now this is a bit tricky, so you might want to break it down a little bit more and first do just the feet together. That creates a 4-against-3 polyrhythm. Or you might want to try and play just the right hand and the bass drum part against each other before you go to this step. Let me demonstrate the full Bossa Nova pattern with the rim click, the bass drum, and that opening closing hi-hat. Now when I play that open and closing hi-hat, that's a pretty noticeable polymeter that's going on against the bass drum pattern and the rim click. It sounds a bit complicated. Now if you're going for something more subtle, as I typically would, I might do something more like this using a brush instead of playing it on the hi-hat. Now try the same approach with the partito alto samba. Now the partito alto samba has a rim click pattern that typically goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Or you can think of that as groups of 2s and 3s that go 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2. That sounds like this. Now let's try that same samba pattern, this time using a brush on the snare. Now I'm going to play it on the ride cymbal. That sounds like this. So the next part of this rhythmic experiment is really just to test your independence. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play that ostinato pattern between the right hand, the left foot, and the bass drum pattern. And then I'm going to change my rim click pattern in every cycle. So I'll first play a Bossa Nova pattern, then I'll play the Samba pattern, and I'll go back and forth. Now each time I shift from one to the other, it's different because that hi-hat pattern is moving constantly. It's never really the same twice. And that's a really great test of your independence. And for traditionalists, it certainly qualifies as butchering a Bossa Nova. Hopefully you found this interesting, and if you learned to do this, please leave a link to your video in the comments section below. I'd love to see it. If you like this video, please like it, share it, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified of all my latest content. Thanks for watching.